Who would
Sean's not here.
like... Everyone's here.
Sean's not here.
Oh, fuck, we'll just wait for Sean to come back.
Sean is here. I can see him.
Is he? Oh, cool. Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Like, he's
Yes,
right
yes.
there.
Yes, but he's
He's
not.
dipping his toes in peanut butter and just,
Licking them.
licking
Jesus,
them.
fuck, man. Who... Since Sean's here, Sean, would you like to elucidate us onto what happened last time? On what I am now calling the Golden and the Grimey.
Hold on. No.
Or would you
Okay.
like? Or would you like me to do it? Or do you want to do
Okay.
it?
No. I didn't do anything last session.
Okay.
Paul? Well,
I've-
you could also just put on some music, and I'll do it for you if you like.
No, that's a
Ooh.
good point. Yeah. This.
Okay. What happened last session?
Mm-hmm.
I believe Sister Fabienne and Sister Evangeline were both summoned to the Baron, and they were informed, as well as I've lost Joe's name again. Fuck.
Sister Fabienne wasn't there.
Sister
Hey, there in
Fabienne was.
spirit.
Yeah, she was there in spirit. Joe's character
Yeah,
is.
Zephaniah.
Please, Sean, call me the Viscount.
Okay.
Okay. No, you go ahead.
Okay, so last session we were introduced to our initial setting, which is known as the Galahad Station, which is a void station situated on an asteroid, which pulls energy from solar flares off of its orbiting sun and uses it to refuel space stations. You refuel spaceships, which travel through this system and into the newly opened Fractus subsector, which has just became opened since the warp storms, which have always permeated through here, have since calmed due to the opening of the Great Rift. We also met certain individuals of the crew, including but not limited to Sister Fabienne, who is known as Sister Hospitaller. That is you, Will. Sister Evangeline, a Sister of Battle, who is played by Katrina. Odysseus, a Blood Angel, who is played by Sean. And a Auxiliary Military Astra Militara, known as Chrysa, who is played by Paul. A good friend and noble, who is played by Viscount Zephaniah Harold IX. And finally, a Death Cult Assassin, who's known as Glaive, who's played by Fraser. Almost all of you were summoned to the Baron Bors's command structure, which is central on this station, specifically the two Sisters of Battle. And he informed them that he has, along with the Viscount and his personal assassin, known as Glaive, found that a shipping container has gone missing from the last resupply for the Astra Militarum. A container which he believes contains enough supplies, weapons, ammunition, and armour to supply an entire Imperial regiment. It's somewhere on this station, he believes, but he doesn't know where. Then the Sister of Battle, Evangeline, then went out to find Odysseus. After informing the Baron that a Blood Angel was on or a Space Marine was on the station, he didn't fucking know about that, so he was very surprised and asked him to be brought to him whenever you find him.
Yeah, oops.
You split up with the Viscount and decided to meet back up again at a taco shop, spelled TAHKCO SHOPE, which is a local eatery. That is actually a family establishment of the Viscounts, who told him to go fuck himself on no uncertain terms, and he was dead to the family. He then left. A Sister of Battle entered, inquiring about the Viscount, and the proprietor of the taco shop then sprinted out the back, detonated the entire building, and was shot in the leg by our good friend, the Loyal Space Marine. And after a lot of hemming and hawing, he got executed by the Viscount for nearly telling him something he shouldn't have. Then finally, but last but not least, we had a Glaive, who was at the start of the session killing an individual known as Gustavo Slotbrace, and then travelling out and using the information that was given to him by Chrysa, the Astra Militarum, who has her ear on the ground at all times, he was able to find the second slot-braced brother and also quickly dispatch him. During the meeting with Chrysa, Paul, you also elucidated him to the fact that this guy had a shipping manifest on him for the ship that brought in the Militarum supplies, and you found that there weren't enough containers on the ship. Astra Militarum shipments are generally of 14 cargo containers. This one was only of 13.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
You told him about this.
Uh-huh.
And the last thing we saw was Glaive stepping away from the body of the second slot-braced brother as an inquisitorial emblem falls out of a secret pocket and lands on the floor in a little pool of blood. Did I sum that up all right?
I guess it'll do, yeah.
Thanks, Grant.
Guess it will do.
Guess it'll do.
So,
Council work, my boy.
first thing I think we will begin with is experience. Each of you gets 4 experience points from last session.
Sorry.
4?
4, with the exception of Will.
4 whole XP.
4 whole XP due to the fact that that was the first session, and yeah. From now on, you will be getting more.
Likely.
Second thing we will need to do is objectives.
Yes,
you?
indeed, we need to roll a
Yes.
D6, I believe.
Could you each please roll me a d6?
I am assuming I'm picking from my sheet, right?
Yes, we have not worked that out yet, so we will be still picking from your sheet.
Tell you what, but until we really work out, how about I roll from the Rogue Trader one? Because pretty similar, right?
Okay, that makes sense. I'll take that. Okay, let's start.
Noble, Rogue Trader. What's the difference, really?
I mean, in terms of Dark Heresy, it is close enough. Okay, let's start with Odysseus. Your objective...
Practice one of the traditions or rituals of your chapter.
So steal something.
Yes. Yes.
Chrysa, what did you get? You got...
Verbally estimate the black market value of an item or person.
Wonderful.
Of a person.
Now, well, I don't know if you're aware of what this is. So at the start of every session, you gain an objective that you have to do, right? If you complete this objective... If you complete this objective during the game, you gain an additional wrath point with which you can use, similar to a fate point, kind of. Okay?
Hang on, what was it? So, hang on. Do I have to go? What page do I have to go on to?
I will tell you what page you have to go on.
43.
Well, it's
No,
page 43.
onwards, sorry.
Page 43 for you,
Your Deputy Serotus. Now for him it would be 52.
page 52.
82?
52.
52.
And I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3, which means that you have to recant a holy litany applicable to the current situation. And
Okay.
that also means Katrina, also known as Evangeline, you must purge a heretical item or individual with holy flame.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there,
And-
sister.
Let's have a look. See here. Rogue Trader.
I mean, I suppose whatever's either Rogue Trader or Scum, I suppose.
I think Scum might work as well, to be honest. I think we'll go. I think we'll go with Scum.
Because it's either use your warrant of trade to get your way or refuse a request.
You do not
Or
have a
it's
warrant of
the
trade.
cry of violence and villainy of authority, which I think would be interesting.
I think that would also be interesting for you. Yes, I'm quite happy with that one.
Fuck the system. Yeah,
Fuck you! I want you what you tell me to. Yeah, that sounds about right.
because on my actual list,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, spread the word of a great devourer to minds willing to listen.
I don't think that would work for you. I'm not gonna lie.
No, fuck no, no, fuck it, of course it fucking would.
Okay then. So, The individual that I wanted to start with is now gone. So we are going to return to Sister Fabian.
Yep.
I'm going to just say you're also going to be here, having caught up with everybody. Probably due to the fact that this restaurant has exploded near to your fucking cathedral. Your cathedral, by the way, is Saint Vardas Ecclesiastical.
Nice. Is my team there?
Yes, your
Like
team is
you?
there. Yes, your team is going to be with you at all times. So you can enter into the scene to this exploded fucking taco shop. Could you please describe yourself and also your team of trauma
Okay.
surgeons?
Are they all surgeons? I thought we spoke that.
No,
someone could be
I was
novice-
joking. They're going to be like minor sisters battle, right?
Yeah, they're going to be like novice sisters.
Hmm.
So, is it 5 I have?
You have a total of. You have a total of double rank plus 2, so you have 3 at the moment.
Okay, sick. So,
Double rank plus 2.
you see hang on, a woman who has darkish, like kind of Mediterranean-looking skin
Mm-hmm.
with green eyes. If you're that close to notice that she has green eyes.
Mm-hmm.
In full hospitaller garb, including wimple and under base covering, with like adorned with the hospitaller light power armor, with which is gilded, which is like has gilded edges. I am surrounded by 3 novice sisters in
4.
simpler 4?
Double rank plus 2.
2 over it, which are novice hospitallers also.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other ones being a dialogus novitiate,
Mm-hmm.
and the other being a novice sister of battle. Shooty, weapony one.
Wonderful. Now, just to clarify for everybody, for rules' sake, they do count as a mob, so they will be using the same stat block as each other, if that is okay with you, Will. I could see Sean about to bite his fucking hand off.
I'm reading. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are you reading, homeboy?
He's reading the rulebook.
Rules for.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
I didn't even fucking do anything. Jesus
Can I
Christ.
do that? Wouldn't double rank plus 2 be 4?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, he
It's
did
4.
say 3 initially.
I apologize. I meant 4. You know how it is. You mean 4. You say 3. It's what happens.
Sure.
So, you see this scene? Could you give me an... Could you please give me an awareness check, please?
Me?
Yes.
Hello, me. Where is on skills?
That is in skills. Let's get
awareness. Oh,
back
I'm
to
not
the
very
fucking-
aware.
You are not very aware? Well, that's a fucking shame.
How do I roll?
You rolled 1 with a relative result of 1. You unfortunately do not notice the compatriots that are around the corner in the alleyway, which will allow us to slap back to you guys.
I assume I just start attending, by the way, to
Oh yeah, there's some fucking dead people inside there that you can try
Nice,
to
immediately.
frantically triage.
I immediately try to attempt to
Wonderful.
Do we
help any way I
hear
can.
the group approaching?
I imagine you
Right.
hear
Wow.
Fabian issuing orders and stuff, right?
Mm.
Ah, that is Sister Fabienne.
Where do you want us to go? We'll meet you there.
A capital idea. Post haste. Let's see what the good sister has to say.
Alrighty, and as you exit around the corner, can you please introduce yourselves to Fabine and by describing your fucking characters?
Do it.
Alright.
This will be the last time.
Ah.
Charmed.
I have, yeah,
Pushing
I have a
past charmed, I'm sure.
I have a history of the couple.
Yeah, you have a history of it, but you don't. But out of character, you don't know what they fucking look like. So
Oh yeah, it's probably been a while. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Introduce yourself as if you would have seen me. Your favorite.
Sister. I'm Sister Evangeline. I'm 5'9". I have long white hair. With red cape, undergarments, and black armor on top. And yeah, typical Order of our Martyred Lady, Sister of Battle.
See a 7-foot tall fucking behemoth underneath the massive cloak. You can see him scarred jaw underneath it. Right up.
and
Some red armor, nothing much else.
last but not least,
Yes, breaking his pose in his all his finery. You can smell makeup, wig powder, freshly laundered clothes, which again, pretty rare in the 41st millennium, it seems. As he goes over, he extends his hand and says, "Ah, Sister Charmed, I'm sure. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Viscount Zephaniah Harold the Ninth. It appears that you're quite a lady of very high reputation. You came very recommended. I look forward to working with you and your peers. But in the meantime, come, let's
God,
the niceties and get down to business."
I am afraid I have to continue assisting the injured. There's just been an explosion. And Sister Evangeline, it has been such a long time since sharing the priory on Ophelia 7.
Hmm.
I hope you're doing well.
I am, Sister. Very much so.
Good to see you again. And I look up to Odysseus?
He doesn't
And
say
there's a
anything.
and there is a face. Do I see? Are you wearing a helmet?
I'm wearing a hood.
Do I? Would I?
You recognize the jawline that you stitched back together, yes. That you personally reattached, yeah.
And he has a chin that I will never forget reattaching. Odysseus.
He just gives a silent nod.
I bet the scar has healed into quite a handsome one.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to keep it hidden for now.
Of course. My stitching wasn't all that bad, though. I don't know.
I'm sure you've learned a few things since then.
Well, blame it on a
Evangeline?
human's hand.
Evangeline, where are we going?
I was going to ask our friend Viscount Zephaniah here.
I imagine you were. Yeah. Yes, well, given what little we know about the situation, but of course, knowing what I know about the task at hand, we're going to have to, I suppose, arm up and get ready for an excursion.
An
Tell me, did
excursion?
oh yes.
Are you in some way implicit in this act?
Say what?
Were you involved in the explosion of this building?
In that we were attacked, yes.
Yes,
We're in the vicinity, absolutely.
I entered
saw
the
the whole
building and asked for Viscount Zephaniah. The staff members fled through the back door I followed, and whereby they had set off an explosive device.
They're all possessed.
Aboard the station?
Indeed, the old taco shop on the side of some street. It used to be such a lovely little place. Gauche food, but I didn't expect them to be that explosive.
Don't suppose you have any leads on who?
Nod at the man on the ground in the alleyway. He died before he gave him anything of substance. So no.
You know these recidivists. Plus, the rumor has it that there is a ring trying to. Actually, no. Why am I telling you? Are you in or out?
Oh, most of the people aboard this station go to my cathedral. It's my job as a custodian aboard this ship to help and shepherd them.
So will you help us try and stop any further harm from coming from this station? Galahad is such a lovely place.
I
It's like your
personally
home.
thought that it was implied in what I just said, Viscount.
I can never tell with such literal people. Pardon the mirth. It's so refreshing to get some honesty compared to courtly life. Bully.
Totally my position.
That case, yes. Oh, this is going to be such fun. Shall we?
Well, so where are we heading to?
I leave my little behind, by the way, to look after. I give them orders to continue without me in my stead.
Okay, they will attempt to see to the wounded and the dead,
Yes.
of which there are several.
Great.
So, where are you guys going?
Where are we going?
Fuck.
I don't
mean-
suppose you have any. So the leads you.
Have you ever had?
Lost.
Would you had?
Fuck off.
This is
I
on
mean-
YouTube. This is on
I mean,
YouTube right now.
I mean, I know where the crate is, but you know, what did we say we're going to be? I know that he isn't here, but oh, good old assassin chum. Did he at least tell us about various informants, etc. that he was hoping to be meeting up somewhere, or what? Out of character. This isn't Tiff and I. This is just Joe talking.
Believe that he did say that he was going to meet with someone at the fucking what's it called, the Knacker's Yard. Now, for brevity, let's say that he actually said that's where he was going, so that we can get everybody together.
I think he did actually say he was going to get information at the Knacker's Yard.
Well then, it's even better, isn't it?
So
All right. Yeah. Anyone fancy a stiff drink?
I'll abstain, but I will nonetheless join you.
Exceptional.
Come to any stalemate points, then I'm sure my congregation will be more than willing to help.
Right. To the Knacker's Yard.
The Knacker's Yard, by the way, being an inn, which is on the station. So you'll head to the inn. I don't know if any of you have ever been there before, but you can. Oh, good lord! You can see it's a sort of station. It's a sort of place which is quite similar to the taco shop, in that it services manufacturing workers who pay in company credit in order to have stiff drinks after their shifts are over. Helen, there is a man.
Cousin Peter? No.
No, you can't do this for everybody. You head in, and there is a man who is polishing a glass behind the bar, and several manufacturing workers who are just having stiff drinks and nursing various minor wounds.
Do we see the carnage following the ogre that was rampaging outside?
That was in a different area.
Was it? No, fair enough.
No, you have
Nice.
an ogre went on a rampage as well.
Yes, you have also heard that an ogre went on the rampage. The ogre went on the rampage in the Void Sharers Market.
That's what it was.
Yes.
My pop violated to see how it's going.
So,
Mhm.
hit on it. Guy looks at you all, and he is now looking at two sisters of battle, a 7-foot tall space marine, and a nobleman. You
Seems like the
see,
start of a bad joke.
yeah, it doesn't end well for him. He looks at you all and he swallows and he goes, what can I do for yous? My lords and ladies.
Friend of ours came down this way to talk to a friend. I'm hoping to meet them both here.
Could you give me
dusty
a...
chap, brusque fellow.
Could you give me a... Could you give me a cunning check, please? Anybody?
Cunning. Well,
Yes. Cunning. Locate and interact with parties to obtain goods, services, and information outside of traditional or official
That's
channels.
good.
Oh.
So 3 and
I did
3.
roll, but it's just,
So
I'm going to say that with the two sisters together working in tandem, oh, fucking 100%. With that wrath die, Fabian, would you like to... Oh, you don't know about this. So you have rolled a 6 on your wrath die, right? Wrath die is basically whenever you roll a certain number of 6s, one of them is always going to be the wrath die, which is going a different color basically. If you roll a 1 on that, something bad can happen. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Complication.
Complication. And if you roll a 6, it counts for 2 successes.
Nice.
But it also means that you can do certain things with it. You can shift it aside so that it no longer counts towards the number of successes you have, which are 4, 5, and 6s on dice rolls. And you can either use it to make the thing that you're trying to do go faster, or be more successful. Like if you're trying to gain information, you'll get more information. Or you can take it aside and you can shift it to become a glory point. Now, glory points are basically like pooled fate points which can be used to do certain things.
Okay.
So everybody has access to the same number of glory, and whenever somebody uses it, it detracts from that total number. You currently have 0. That is what the number of glory is up there. And you have 1 now. Congratulations.
Freaking where? Oh,
Also,
Okay.
does glory get wiped after each session?
Glory gets wiped at the
and we
end of
also
every
get our
session.
wrath back.
Yes.
Does
So
wrath.
everybody has 2 wrath at this moment.
Yes.
So congratulations. So the bartender goes, well, I didn't know that it kept such high company. It's I'll be happy to make the introductions. It's
Thank you, dear chap.
It's yeah. This bartender then just goes up out from behind the bar. Goes, if you follow me, and my name's Pete, by the way.
Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, Pete.
charmed.
Please.
It's just up the stairs, and he totters up the stairs, looking behind to make sure you keep following him, up to the back room of this inn, and raps on one of the doors, just fucking. And Krysa, you hear a series of frantic raps on your door.
I immediately begin crawling into the nearest bed.
Oh, I just heard Cece open the door. That was me, honey.
That's why I managed was going into
Sorry
a
there, sweetie, I rapped on my desk. The angry look. Speaking of which, could you get me another can of Monster, please? That's actually going to be a good system. Thank you, baby.
What's this? Oh, fuck you.
Mwah. Okay. So, Krysa, you hear this rapping on your door?
I fucking grab my knife from the table, like put it behind my back, and I walk up to the door and like, is there like a peephole or anything I can see through, or is it?
Unless you have like installed like a little fucking hatch that you can
No,
slide back and
people,
forward.
People
No.
don't usually knock, so
Yeah, that's true. People don't usually knock. You are a darling and an angel, and I love you dearly.
I like crack it open to see if it's Pete.
It's Pete, and he looks worried. There's some guys that are here to see you. They say that they're friends of the guy that turned up earlier.
He doesn't have friends, Pete.
You see the look on his face of I know.
How many?
You see him blink. What? How many are you? 5, 4, 4 times.
4.
The one that doesn't look too scary.
He eventually just backs away. He's not even. He just backs out of the and as he like leaves this little like corner, you can see them now. You can see who is there. 2 sisters of battle, a 7-foot tall man, and a noble.
Do I recognize the noble?
That's a question that Joe can answer.
Because I think I would. I believe we talked.
Well, yeah.
It's underneath all the makeup is my question.
Do the eyes have it?
I would say yes for brevity because it'll be funnier.
I'd recognise those eyes anywhere.
Yeah, you definitely know who I am.
The 3 pupils in each eye, it's like, yeah. None of them look forward though, so it gets weird real quick.
Like, out of all the people, like, everyone's standing there, I've just slightly lowered my head, and I'm just looking up through my brow and just smiling like, yeah, I know you, you funny fucker.
Oh god.
I've opened the door and, well, if you've come for information, I've come to the right place. I walk in.
Careful.
Alrighty. It's up to you guys now.
So yes, thank you for meeting us on such short notice, but you find that we're in something of a bit of a pickle. I'm sure
that
someone
be-
of your, well, let's just say a regiment's worth of hardware going missing in the lower deck.
Oh, you mean this one here? I point at the
Shipping
data
manifest?
slate with all the shipping manifest and all the information on it that Haggy gave me. Yes, quite a pickle, that one.
Indeed. What we were wondering is, well, who took it? The why, I think, is pretty, well, we can talk about this. We can talk about a little finer detail later, but let's be honest. If you'd be taking a bunch of weapons, you would be wanting to use them. Another question, of course, being, where is it now?
Well, first question would be, how did they steal it? Would it not?
I assume they got someone to lift it.
But it never
We're not
arrived here in the first place.
We're not interested in how they stole it. We are only interested in recovering it.
But if you know how they stole it, then that would help you recover it, no?
Perhaps.
For example, if it was never on the ship's manifest to begin with, that would be slightly interesting to you, perhaps?
That would be very interesting. But is that the case?
Well,
And
I
if
don't
so,
know.
what's it
How
worth
much
to
are
you?
you paying?
How much is it worth to you?
Don't know. Your friends, I can make it cheap for not getting my head kicked in.
But how cheap is cheap? Tit for tat? We're talking about party favors here. I mean, let's be honest, we all know that the local abattoirs here are just complete shambles.
Well, they don't really do much. But, you know, if you and your friends could lay off my boys a bit, that would do, I suppose. It wouldn't do to have my mates getting shot up by space marines and sisters of battle.
We'll keep collateral damage to a minimum. Is there I I know what your guys look like, but like, is there any like some kind of like, defining? I suppose every team needs some form of uniform. Like, which color don't we shoot at?
the the one in Imperial Guard colours.
Oh yes, that
Particularly the
makes
ones with
sense.
the Astra Auxilia on the shoulder. Ogrins, mostly not. Most Ratlings as well, don't shoot.
Speaking
Ah yes,
speaking of
avoid the
which,
funny ones.
speaking
Okay.
of which, would you mind describing what your character looks like to the rest of the
Yes.
party?
The room you're currently in is very dark.
Mhm.
There's like a number of sofas in the middle of it, like a small table. And then at the end of that, there's a desk with a large radio kit on it in front of the window. And in front of the desk stands, like a tallish woman, probably about 5'5", 5'6". Dark green, like jumper on, like high neckline, zips up. Um, dark trousers and military boots. Her head's like speckles of red, brown, and like white streaks. And there's just two red eyes, like not red eyes, but like the flash of red eyes. When you see like a rodent, or you like take a picture of a dog when it's outside, you see like them glaring at you, and just through the darkness, you can see that she's got scales like, over her cheeks and like sort of running down her neckline.
This woman is a mutant.
Mm-hmm. If you couldn't already guess by the red eyes and the scales.
So yeah. Negotiations for don't shoot at the mutants, please.
But what about your cousins? Are they not? I suppose you really get along with each other sometimes. Eh, Zephaniah?
Well, you know how family is.
I suppose.
But yes, I would. Yeah, I won't be too. I won't be too. I won't be overly worried when it comes to your brusque fellows.
Hmm.
But let's be real here. If my if the family stays out of this, all the better. But
Oh, true. Certainly saves you a pickle.
yeah, but you can let me worry about that.
Of
After
course.
all, perhaps let's call it a collateral. My presence will probably make sure that your folks don't get shot at. It's a win-win.
Well,
They stay out the way, they won't get shot. That is the
Oh.
best we can do.
oh, trust me, they'll be as far away as they possibly.
Spot on.
Anyway,
But seeing, seeing as how I am, well, we are going to be drawing a fire of such ruffians. I think that's worth a little bit of extra information, don't you?
I suppose. Okay, well, I'll let you know what I know about your shipment that has gone missing. Apparently. I let them know everything I told High Imperial Guard shipments usually have 14 crates. This one had 13, so it was never on the register, so it never really went missing to begin with. Yeah, all that stuff.
So spot on.
And did I hear anything about maybe any sightings of better armaments floating around the Underhive, Nathan, or anybody trying to sell anything, or anybody see anything about the ship?
For that, I would require a
Investigation.
investigation.
Right button, will do.
Three.
3, but
3, but well, no, that's a. Oh yes, that is a 3. In fact, yes, can do that. Congratulations. Let's think of a consequence. Right.
perhaps I find somebody speaking on an open channel, and I hear the information, but they find out they've been listening to, and then they, they cut the channel, basically. I can't get access to it again, or they change frequencies and I can't find them again. Or they know that somebody's heard them and they're more cautious or something like that. How's that sound?
Yes.
Because there's only so many negative connotations I can have for listening through a radio.
That is
set.
very true. That's very true. You flip through, spend about 10 minutes flipping through wide range channels trying to find something of interest. You're not hearing anything on the standard, like, low scale shit that's. Oh, we'll just wait for him to come back. Him with his purple little fucking purple hoodie.
So is Paul's character with us?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's with you now.
Mutant.
He's a fucking giant mutant.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Okay.
good thing there's only one of them, right?
So you.
Sorry about that.
That's totally fine.
It's alright.
So you flip through these channels, and you're not hearing anything about any additional arms or anything like that. The first thing you hear is you just start wildly flipping until you just get to the container was empty. We don't know where the fuck it's gone. Just go, was there any sightings? It's like, no sightings so far, but it won't be long till something turns up. And as you go, you just hear them stop.
Uh-huh.
And you can tell that the line's still active.
Yeah. That shit. Forgot to turn the mute on. Just hold it. Wait.
You start hearing this strange kind of static.
Oh, cut the line. Fuck that.
You can give me a tech use if you like.
Tech.
Yes.
Oh, once 2 success.
2 successes. From your time in the Auxilia, you are aware of certain, especially tech adept rogue elements in your time that were able to trace Vox signals.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well. Did I recognize their accents? Any sort of like connotation of where they could be in the hive from their accents?
Judging by their accents, most of the people
slang they used or any stuff like that.
Most of the people that are on this station use Irish accents because I'm from Ireland and therefore have to have Irish accents. Yes,
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, no, but that's just world building. Fuck you. These guys had a vaguely Zoroastrian accent. They were not. I don't even know if they'd be from this sector. That's how strange their accent was.
But what I mean is, like, is there a place in the section where, or is there like a specific like subsector of the lower hive that people with Zoroastrian accents tend to live around? Like there's a community around there of them or something. Or like I would have heard of them like, oh, they tend to live around that area, sort of. Down the lower levels of the hive.
What I'm trying to get is that these people weren't even from this fucking void station.
Okay, so they're not even from the void station.
No, they're not from the void station. These people had words and phrases and common parlance that is foreign to this place.
Interesting. Well, I do have some additional information. I turn to them. I go, it appears that your crate that was stolen has also been stolen from the people who were stealing. It appears that the crate had been left out of shipping manifests, moved to the station in order to sell it on to other off-stationers. They didn't come from this station, whoever they were, but they were saying that they were received the crate itself, but that it was empty inside. There was nothing inside. So whoever has moved crate, or perhaps it has been intercepted in transit, has emptied it. The arms are no longer there.
Oh.
And then as I finish that, I stand up and I begin like packing my bag.
Nice.
Hmm. Who well needs most, I suppose.
On the good news, perhaps for our for your friends, they did trace my signal a little bit, so they might send some heavies here. Just I don't suppose there'll be any trouble to this lot, but I'd rather not stick around.
I'm afraid you don't have a
That's fine.
choice.
Sorry, what did you say, Kat?
I said, I'm afraid you don't have a choice.
We're not
You will be
sticking.
staying.
We're not sticking around here.
Why should I stay?
As bait. If they have traced your signal,
Then they'll be coming here anyway, even if I'm not here.
yes, but they maybe have their spies out there watching you to see if you leave.
I mean, we can always set up some kind of ambush if we know they're coming over here. That means that we can at least hold up.
Can I leave after you kill them all?
Do as you will. I'm going to find a bandage. They just head off.
We shall
However,
see.
I get some more information if you're dead, my friend. No, we do need you alive, and if that requires you laying low for a bit, so be it.
Oh, 100%. Yes, that's fine. And I keep packing my bag.
Mm.
Well, I'm not waiting around to be shot in the back.
Oh, good for you. I have to.
So does that mean that everyone is going to be attempting to hide or find a point of cover?
I'm going to go into stealth,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to try and find a place behind a likely. Will I know at least somewhat how these kinds of heavies usually get into a place? Do they burst through the front door, or do they try and find things from the back, or what? They rappel through the windows. What do they do?
I don't think that you know what's coming. Like, at all.
In that case, I'm going to stealthily make my way
Mm-hmm.
just next to just next to one of the doors, holding my shotgun, waiting for something to come through so I can shoot him in the back of the head.
Okay. What is everyone?
Is there a room adjacent to this one?
Oh yes.
Nah, this isn't. I mean, there's room adjacent, but this is only one room apartment.
Yeah. So
So there's probably a storeroom or something up here where they keep kegs.
Zephaniah, perhaps you would be better keeping an ear out in one of the adjacent rooms, along with Sister Fabienne.
Perhaps I shall. Just rearranging a few barrels.
So in the apartment itself, is there like a cupboard or a wardrobe?
Oh yeah, there definitely is. There's probably like a storage box or something.
You try to run, I will shoot you.
Oh, don't worry. I am not stupid enough to run from the ecclesiarchy.
Very
You
well.
said I could go. That's a different matter.
Wise.
I will be in your cupboard waiting.
What?
If they do come, they will probably be here
Okay.
within a few hours. We shall wait and see.
Wait hours.
No, they'll be here in minutes.
Good.
I
I'm
do.
waiting for hours.
I don't
Short.
like waiting. I'm not a patient woman.
Okay. Just like put it on like my armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody else? Sister Fabienne? Odysseus?
I
You
suppose
see us
I'm
going
going.
to find a vantage point.
I suppose
Yes.
I'm going in with Zephaniah, right? I'd probably listen to my fellow sister
Okay.
in her judgment.
Okay. Wonderful. And Odysseus, you're going to find a vantage point. Where exactly would this vantage point be? What are you looking for here? Are you looking for like a cross rooftop ability, or what we?
I was thinking a upstairs part where I could see the main entrance to the actual area.
So you're looking for the roof of this building.
No,
This building has 2
Like-
stories.
yeah. So like, I was looking for a way to actually oversee the actual entrance to the area. Like from the
Have you
inside.
ever seen a cowboy movie?
Oh, so he's looking for a window that you
Yeah.
can oversee. That yes,
Uh-huh.
I mean the window on this side of the building, which is the side that you're currently on, including this room, has access to street level.
Perfect. If it allows me to get a good view on the approaching area, I'll just wait there.
100%. Alrighty then. Let's have a little look at. Okay. You're waiting for a while. Quite a while. And can everyone give me some awareness checks, please?
Rightio. Ooh, that's 4 for me.
Yep. I got 5 total.
Okay, so
Wait, is mine right? I rolled 4, then.
you rolled 4d6 and you got 2 successes.
Did I?
Yes, so one of those successes is, so you see how, right, so if you hover over them, right, so
Okay.
your icons 4 to 6 rolled is 1, so you rolled a 6, a 3, and a 3. And then your fourth
I
dice,
can't see them.
if you hover your mouse over the actual roll itself.
Oh, the actual roll.
If it turns green, you got a 6.
Yes.
Ah.
So you see how your icons 4 to 6 rolled, that's only 3,
Okay.
but your pool of dice was 4. That's because your fourth dice is always your wrath dice.
Ah, right.
So even if you're rolling 1d6, that 1d6 is going to be your wrath dice. You always have a wrath dice. So
Okay.
we now have 1, 2, 3 glory points, and we also have a couple of 6s. If anyone would like to shift any of those 6s, please feel free. If not, we can
Where are
continue.
rules for shifting again? 6. Sorry.
No problem at all. So shifting does a couple of things. Well,
Rules reference. Rules reference. Okay.
Alright, Nathan,
mm-hmm.
I have 5 successes, so I'm going to shift one of the exalted down to 3. Gain information. Tell me what would be the most likely point of egress for this place?
The most likely point of egress is going to be either the main
Egress.
doorway,
Perfect.
or there
Fancy.
is also a back door which you previously saw Glaive enter through.
Brilliant.
Sorry, he exited through the back door. He didn't enter through the back door.
I'm just gonna keep my successes, Nathan.
Going to keep your successes. Alrighty. Those of you who rolled above a 4 in your successes,
Or a 4.
or a 4 or above, you see an individual walking down the street. Now, this street at this time of day, it is just the change of shift. There are manufacturing workers which are miling back and forward, either trudging back to their petty, disgusting hovels or marching towards their inevitable injury in these factories, or towards this inn itself, or others nearly identical. But you see someone stand out. This individual is taller than the rest. Maybe not in height, but just the fact that he is not stooping. He is dressed in a cloak, which even from far away looks to be of quite well make. Like, this is a well sewn and well manufactured cloak, maybe even handmade.
Does he look like a professional hired gun?
From this far away, the fact that he's carrying himself like this, maybe. If he's not a professional hired gun, he's a man that knows how to kill. A cloak like that, it's very easy to conceal weapons in. And he is meanderingly making his way towards the knacker's yard.
Sit in my chair. My lad's got it like leaned up against the table, just pensive.
Interesting.
Sweet.
So I just had to. I'm doing rolls on the table now instead of actually rolling it. So this is fun for. This is actually fun. It's good to use my dice again. He eventually enters into the inn. Opens the front door, steps inside, and those of you who are looking out the windows lose sight of him.
Okay.
Eventually, Kryza, and those of you who are listening, you do hear steps, the creaking of steps, as two individuals make their way up.
I go into stealth.
You go into stealth. Those of you who are hiding, please give me a stealth check. Wonderful.
Oh
Wonderful. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 from Evangeline, 3 from Odysseus, and 3 from Viscount Zephaniah. Viscount
Oh, do I
Zephaniah.
need to roll as well?
Yes, you do, because you are going to be up here.
Okay.
Kryza, I take it you are not actually sneaking because you're like the bait.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to come in. If I hide, I'll get shot by the Sister of Battle.
Yes,
I know
yes, you
this.
will.
Did I do a good job on that one? Is that fine?
You rolled 1 success. Typical successes are higher than that, however. Thank you, my darling.
Okay.
And we also
I'm going
have
for, like, power armor, so.
we also have a complication. Now, complications
Right.
can do other things. In this situation, we can narrate through that. Yes.
That's an Egbert.
Can you say that
Sure.
again?
For I would rather negate it, but
Just fancy seeing you here, cousin.
oh, oh no, oh, I'm supposed to be stealthed.
Oh no.
As you walk up the stairs, or as you hear this person walk up the stairs, you stay in stealth, but you hear Pete complain. It's like, I thought you were. I can't have so many people keep meeting this thing every day. Jesus, Paul. You hear Pete complaining, I can't have this many people meeting this, but I can't have this many people meeting this thing every day. If it's going to keep entertaining this many guests, it's going to have to leave. You're going to have to tell it. And you hear this individual go, "Oh, so it already has guests?" And you hear Pete go, just this little voice of a man that's been cut out in something, but he doesn't say anything else.
Pete.
Pete tries his best, you know? He tries his best.
Pete.
And eventually, Kryza, you hear another... No, that was my desk, honey. That wasn't the door.
It's open.
The door opens, and you see a maybe 6'2" individual. Seems to be quite lithe, dressed in standard Voidfarer garb. So we're talking like quite tough, like trousers with a thick belt and a shirt tucked into it. and but also this quite fine cloak. Lowers the hood, entertaining a fine mop of like hair sticking down over one eye. He goes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
I suppose it is.
Your landlord tells me that you're shall I say, a person that can hear things.
Well, that's one way to say information broker. Yes, it is.
He smiles. And he goes, well, I've been looking for some information to be brokered.
Oh, well, if you're selling, then I give good rates.
He steps inside, closes the door behind him. Would
Can we be stealthing up close to that area and anything?
you're currently in the room opposite, I believe.
Yeah.
So you guys can all totally fucking stealth up directly outside the door if you so like.
Mm-hmm. Yep, would like to.
I think we shall. I need to get in close.
Okay. Everybody that is still there, please make it. Wait, what did Katrina? Okay.
I'm in the cupboard.
I am aware that you're in the cupboard. He sits down on one of your sofas as you're making these stealth checks and reaches into a pocket at his side. He just reaches in like this. Do you make any moves?
No.
Takes out a small metal tin, flicks it, it pops open. He takes out a cigarillo, lights it. So, I was wondering. I take it you hear the Vox ways a lot.
That means, yeah. That's how I hear most of my. That is how I hear most of my information. Yes. True.
Have you heard anything about a missing container?
Bits and pieces. Some information from the docks. Some information from around town.
Some bits and pieces from the Vox ways.
Indeed, yes. They'll say everything on the Vox.
What I am requesting is that from now on you have not heard anything about this container.
It did seem a little bit above my pay grade, yes. That's fair.
Well, let us introduce it to your pay grade then, shall we? And he reaches into another pocket, and he takes out a small leather bag. He puts it on the table.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That is better. I'm going to give you my comm signal. If you find anything about this missing container, or about any disturbances in the lower quarter, you are going to tell me.
Of course. I don't see why I should not.
He gets up.
Start moving it back away from the door.
I have my.
Away.
I draw my pistol. Chainsword. And come out of the cupboard.
He continues smoking, and he turns to you completely unsurprised. Now I only have one bag of credits.
Sit back down.
Please give me an intimidation check. How many successes is that? Is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
He essentially just goes and sits back down.
Excellent. Now, what is it you know about the missing container?
I can guarantee that it is above your pay grade.
Well, that was your first mistake.
No. Forgive me.
I would suggest giving her some information. Because after she kills you, I can sell your organs to the family for 60,000 company credits.
Sneaky.
I like to roll intimidation there.
Please roll me intimidation.
To let him know that, oh, I mean it. I know I can sell your organs, pal. 3 successes.
3 successes. Wonderful.
4 successes, sorry, wrath dice.
Oh, fantastic. He looks at you.
Mhm.
And he looks at you, Cat.
Yep.
And goes, all right. The container has been taken by some surly individuals. And I intend to retrieve it.
You.
Indeed, and my associates. Please give me an insight check.
Can I do it as well?
Yes, you can both give me an insight check.
Complication. So one
Complication.
success and a complication.
Now, complications. They can do a couple of things, right? So, you can also just say that it gives me a ruin point if you so like. Because that is a thing that a complication can do. Am I not correct, Sean?
Jonathan.
He shrugged.
That is true. That is something you can do.
Oh.
So, well, we can say that if you're happy enough with that. Because I am. But what I will say is, you can't tell that he's lying, but you can tell that he's withholding information.
And once you retrieve this container, what is your intent to return it to its rightful place? I expect not.
The ship has already departed. The Arbites are already on their way for the container that you're looking for. It's they'll collect it in due time anyway.
What was that bit about disturbances in the lower quarter? Why?
We are concerned about disturbances in the lower quarter, would you not be?
Not especially.
Reaches into his pocket, takes out the fucking box and flicks it again. Takes out another cigarillo. A sister of battle, not concerned with the uprisings of the lower classes? Just blows a bunch of fucking smoke in your face. That's unusual.
Well, when such uprisings are small scale and short lived. There are
That is-
other factions of the Ecclesiarch that are well suited to deal with such matters.
Indeed. Indeed.
For me, my concern is for my sisters and brethren that are being what's the word I'm looking for? Denied the vital supplies that they require.
Listen, my investigations and your investigations are working on two separate fronts of the same issue. I think that we can both benefit from being left alone. So as not to contaminate the information. No? If you are both looking for this container,
Perhaps. By the way, what is your name?
you can call me Matthias.
Not your known or given name, I take it, but your chosen one.
This is the 42nd millennium. Names count for very little anymore.
Sorry, Nathan. What accent does this guy have?
Zoroastrian.
Very, very interesting that you're still looking for the box.
He side eyes you and he smiles around his around his intake. So I was on the right.
Searching for an empty container. One that was never stolen in the first place.
As I've said previously, our investigations and your investigations are looking for the similar things.
That's nothing for me to decide. That's for her to decide. And I point at the Sister of Battle.
He looks. His eyes flick back to you, Evangeline.
As I say, what are your intentions once you find the contents of the container? It is now empty.
I am attempting to keep you out of this. I would advise, as a friend, that you continue to search for the container that you are looking for. I am sure that you will find it, eventually. Yeah, he doesn't say anything else.
Do you mean to say that what I'm looking for and what you're looking for are two separate things?
He takes a long drag of his cigarillo.
What was in fact in that container was not ammunitions and arms, but something else entirely.
I am sure that whatever is in the container that you are looking for is arms and armor. He like flicks the end of it and just drags a load of ash onto your floor. Crazy.
You probably can't notice. The floor is fucking disgusting.
Oh, I'm 100% sure of that. There's just like discarded fucking scales and shit and hair. It's like, oh god. I imagine you molt unpleasantly.
Yeah, like a snake.
Uh.
Well, you gotta bring it up.
My advice is to continue to look for the container. Our investigations are parallel, but they are not together. Are you quite content, or are you going to continue to point that gun at me?
think I'll continue to point it at you for a little longer.
Yeah,
Hypothetically, if I were to arrest you,
then you'd be wasting my afternoon.
you know a lot more than what you're telling me.
I know little more about anything that would assist your means.
If you are part of any scheme that works against the Imperium, I will find out, and you will be punished.
You give me an inquiry.
What's an inquiry in this?
That would be insight. Sorry, an insight.
Using...
You don't choose. You don't choose what it is. It's just flat.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I know.
nothing.
He almost, like, you see him. He is actually offended. Like, that is plain to see in his face when you say that. I think I am going to be going now. He like looks at you, Kaiser, and is it you have my you have my comm signal?
Yeah, boss. I got it.
Call me if anything comes up.
Will do.
He stands up. He like looks you directly in the eye, Evangeline, and he starts to walk out.
I'll let him leave.
And you guys hear this individual begin to step down the stairs at a pleasant walking pace.
I sort of sit there looking at the Sister of Battle. So, am I
I'm going to go
to
follow him.
get shot today?
No, you will not get shot today.
Zephaniah?
Lucky for you, mutant, you have found yourself in a position of usefulness.
Okay, and I'm going to run to the bathroom, and then when we get back, we shall go with Odysseus attempting to follow him. And I'll be right back.
You're right.
Christ. Like a living fucking gremlin.
It's a good thing I was there to help.
Alright, same. Gotta tell you, man, it feels fucking bad if I'm rolling 9d6s and I get 3 fucking successes.
You're rolling the additional dice because remember we found it maxed out at.
No, it doesn't. It actually
It
does
doesn't.
work. Yeah.
Oh, does it?
works,
Okay.
it works. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Oh.
Alright.
Yeah, it didn't work, and then Nathan reloaded it, and it did work, so meh.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Unless we know something fucking going on, we'll just assume it works.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how much fuckery is going to be going on.
Knowing Nathan, advanced.
Advanced fuckery.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the kind of fuckery I love.
The thing is, it'll be of a kind of fuckery that is so mired in his weird way of thinking that is almost going to be indecipherable to how it works for the rest of us.
It's like the Riddler, but he makes no sense, and therefore he always wins.
Where's the container? What did you do?
What container? Why is the container? Riddle me this, Pac-Man. I have.
Yeah. What did you do?
Look at what's this.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I missed the memo that there wasn't going to be a session this week, but Kind of glad I asked the question.
Yeah, there wasn't going to be.
Yep.
Yeah, because Haggie's gig's tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
No idea where it is though. Nathan's not told me.
Haggy told you.
Has he?
He
I don't
invited you
remember.
personally.
Has he?
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Wait, what's this?
Where's
Sure.
Haggie's gig tomorrow night?
Haggie's gig is at. Let me find it.
What's his name?
It doesn't make you any better.
Oh, and do try to get the right venue this time.
It's a shame I can't make it because I will be in Glasgow tomorrow.
Oh,
But I
really?
won't be but I won't be staying long.
Oh, damn.
That's fine.
It's at Nice and Sleazy's.
What a fucking name. Alright.
Yeah, it's
So it's not your
Glasgow
question.
Classic, rock and metal, late night bar on Sauchiehall Street.
Oh, I was there like yesterday.
Is that where you lost your phone?
No, it is one of the places I was at before I lost my phone.
Oh.
Have you got a replacement or did you get it back?
Yeah, I
or
got a
what?
replacement. Yeah, the Uber guy never fucking contacted me, so it was a son of a bitch, but whatever.
Oof.
I know, right?
He made 30 quid in that.
Oh, he didn't because I used fucking Google to brick it. So fuck him. So,
Nice. Yes. As he comes out and leaves, he turns himself in a Noble, when am I meeting you up? Where am I meeting up with you?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't catch that.
Where am I meeting up with you?
Yes.
You, some
Well,
specific.
Personally, I think some street is pretty much out of the question now.
Mhm.
Nevertheless,
I need to go follow him, so. Well, I just come back here once I've done.
yes, why not? I mean, either way, we have your beat frequency anyway.
You do.
Happy?
And he starts.
yep, he starts running. Okie dokie.
And there he goes. Fuck. Okay.
Now, I am going to need 2 checks from you, please, my friend.
Okay.
This one is going to be survival. The other is going to be stealth.
Okay. What you want first?
Survival.
3 degrees success.
Wonderful. And stealth, please. 3 degrees of success.
No, I'm gonna use one of my wraths to reroll the fucking failures.
Okay.
So, was that 3, 4, 5? Yeah. Well, 5, 6. 6. Wow, only. Well, actually, that's better. Okay, so 4, 6. 6 icons.
6 icons for stealth.
Yes.
Okay. You see him turn down the street and continue walking as I imagine you're taking a rooftop pursuit, yes?
Mm-hmm. I am, dude.
Until he eventually, a mile down the road, turns into an alleyway and begins to travel down one of the service shafts, which is a series of staircases which leads down into a lower deck of the station.
Okay. I'm happy to follow him for a few hours if I
100%.
need to be, but I'm just going to be keeping track of his movements.
Eventually, he slips into essentially a shite living station. So this is a series of like essentially an apartment block, kind of, where typical manufacturing workers retire to after their day's labour. And you see him through the small window that he has, beginning to tap on a data slate.
Okay. Okay. Just tapping on data slate.
And then gets up
It's-
and keeps going further down.
Phew. Is he following into the actual building itself?
He is going further down the station, down through the levels of the station, down into the lower quarter.
Right. Based on my previous experiences, do I remember? Will I be able to estimate where he's going? Based on who I've been tracking beforehand.
This area of the lower, based on who you've been tracking beforehand. He
What's that?
appears to be travelling through sections of the station which have been nearly completely flooded. Like this is an area which is like inhabited by people that most of the time have been fitted with breathing apparatuses permanently to enable them to still work through the factories there, even with the air being completely saturated with water. But he seems to stay to dry portions. Like essentially, he's walking along metallic bridges over artificial lakes, which have just completely flooded these areas.
Fantastic.
Until he turns a corner. And give me an awareness check, please.
Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8 icons. I am going to shift one of those down to 6 to gain initiative authority for us. Okay.
Do you see him stop? And look around. And then quickly press himself flat against the wall, almost like trying to push himself into an alcove. And you start to hear a metallic clanking along the ground from further ahead.
Do I see any movement?
With that amount of awareness, yes, you see one of the artificial halogens in this area briefly illuminates a figure. One malformed and twisted by surgery and servitorization.
Okay.
Wicked blades dart from its forearms, of which there are 4, and a small Volkite blaster limits from one of the other 2 that it holds. This is a murder servitor.
Interesting. Okay. Does he do anything with it?
He appears to be hiding from it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, unless it sees me, I'm gonna wait for him to move.
Give me a stealth check, please.
Okay. Using the train. Kills. 6, 7 icons.
7 icons. Wonderful. Let's just have a little look see. One little side here. No. It does not see you and continues on its path.
Fantastic.
You see Matthias lean out a little breath and begin to report something on his data slate. And this sort of practice is going to continue for several hours. Of him wandering through the station and finding a couple more of these servitors.
So, going to the station, activating murder sort of force moving on, activating murder sort of force moving on.
No,
gonna keep doing
he
that.
is reporting on their possession.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. With that, I'm gonna track another like 2 more, and then just head on back to the Market Yard.
Wonderful. Alrighty. So, we slam back to the rest of the party. What are you guys doing?
First, I'm nursing an MSAC.
You're purchasing Amasek.
Of course, top shelf stuff. If I'm going to be here, I'm not going to be here sober.
Understandable. What about the rest of you?
I guess I'm sort of like stuck in my room because there's two sisters of battle keeping me here. So
I mean,
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
so if you're going to do this for several days, I will need checks, like toughness checks for starvation and stuff.
No, several checks. Sorry, several days rather.
Yeah.
Oh fuck it.
It wouldn't be that strict.
Okay, so how long are you going to be maintaining this for?
why do I have to continue to stay here, sister?
Sorry, Paul, what was your character's name again?
Kreisa.
Kreisa. Kreisa. You will report to me what you report to Matthias.
Okay.
He seems to be very sure of himself that our goal is separate from his goal, but I do not trust him. And I want to know what it is he is doing.
Okay. I will tell you whatever I find out. Sure.
Any other information you may come across in your investigations, intelligence gathering that may be of use?
Do you have a combi that I could contact you on, or?
Yes, I give you the contact for the Ecclesiarchy.
I look at it. This is the Ecclesiarchy.
Yes.
I don't know if they're going to answer. And who's to say you'll be there? I don't mind if you. I'll call them and tell them, but I make no promises it gets to you.
If I am not there, just say that you have a message for me,
Okay.
and I will be in touch.
Okay. Can do.
Riveting. Cry's my darling host. Would you care for a glass of Amasek? Sisters, I don't know if you partake, but there's some water here if you want some.
How generous.
Yes. So now that would be excellent.
Yes, indeed, how generous. However, water shall suffice.
How did you get ripped into the Seven Iron?
Sorry, my audio's getting all fucky. Give me 1 second.
No problem. Oh, he's fucking dead, and he's back.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, now I can actually hear you guys.
Wonderful.
How did you get roped into the Seven Iron?
How did I get roped into this? Well, it's a long story, as I pour the glass.
It always is, and it seems I'll be here for some time. So.
So bottoms up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I actually want to do it. Bottom line is, this place is my home. I've called this place my home for quite a while now. It's a given, and though I came here to scrutinize the market, I must say, it has a few rough edges, but I've grown rather fond of this place. Something about it just speaks to my bones, if you know what I mean.
I think we both know what you mean.
Oh, it's just the wonders. This is the wonders of Wanderlust. It's almost like I've been. Well, it almost feels like returning home, in the manner of speaking. And just as mendacious, just as much hustle and bustle. The thing is, when it comes to a matter of making a generous profit, and of course, making friends in high places, like the good Baron himself, I figured it'd be better in everyone's interests if this little tidbit that I decided to find, went to good use. It just so happened that meant a regiment's worth of weapons and ammunition, so I think I struck out lucky with that.
You're not concerned about these weapons being used to shoot at your family?
What have they done for me?
Well, I look at the Sisters of Battle. You know, this and that. You did seem quite close with them at one point. I remember quite clearly.
Oh yes, and what do you remember?
Well, how much do you want me to share?
I think we'll keep. I think we'll keep the more private stuff out of the way.
Of course, brother. Of course.
Point is, I don't think I'm in any rush to leave this place. At least, not until this is done. As a concerned citizen, I'm sure I should know.
Of course. Indeed. Where's that Amazon? So, why are we all sitting here? The man's left. That you'd be out breaking down doors, finding this. There's a box of stuff with.
And which doors do you suggest we start breaking with no leads?
I make no claims about knowing the insides and outsides of the ecclesiarchy, but usually all of them.
Quite.
No, I think this operation requires an element of delicacy. Besides,
I mean, we do have some leads. The man seemed very insistent that the weapons would be in the lower quarter, so it's really where you hide most things anyway. They're probably down there.
I think we should wait for Odysseus' report.
Okay.
Before we take any further action, but yes, I shall take my leave. Be thankful you get to live yet another day.
Always in service of the Emperor. Yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Eventually, several hours later, Odysseus will return. Odysseus, how are you doing?
Yeah, I come back. Is everyone awake? And what's everyone doing?
Depends how many bottles of Amasec do we drink, Joe?
Oh, a good 5.
I'm out.
I will have returned to the ecclesiarchy for the.
I'm feeling a tingling in my fingers.
Don't you
That's not
always
happened
do
before.
that?
Only on Fridays.
Well, if what's Fabian? Is Fabian still here?
Mm-hmm.
So here.
Well, anyone that's awake or alive or here, going to sit down. He's going to take out his little notepad and he's going to start scratching. All of you try to move across the lower quarter. He appears to have several motor servitors under his control, armed with Mechanicus standard equipment. And by standard, I mean advanced.
You can give me a check that you would seem to be notable for that, since you have roll Imperium. You can give me a tech to see how advanced they are, to determine how fucking good these things are.
2 icons.
2. That seems pretty advanced.
Yeah. This container that you all are going after, what was in it?
Alright, let me.
Just. Low. Mutant.
We both look up.
I look up and salute.
Lights. This container that these
I'm not
lot
in the barracks.
No, you're okay. No one's going to shoot you here. I promise.
Everybody's going to shoot me everywhere. It is how it is.
I won't. This container that they're all after. I just point at the rest of them.
Mhm.
What was in it?
Well, they were told it's a shipment of guardsmen, regimented supplies, las guns, black armor, walkers, heavy machinery, some of it, a couple of heavy stubbers,
Right.
you know, bolt gun, the odd, mounted emplacement. But from what your man said earlier, then all that stuff's gone from it, and he seemed to imply that there was something more in it. Also, the fact that it was never on the ship's manifest sort of speaks to the fact that there was probably something a bit contraband in it.
So the question remains. I followed it, and several servitors that were armed with Volkite, several of them, dotted across the lower quarter. He was checking in their positions. What would Mechanicus Mechanicus equipment be in a container filled with supposed guardsman equipment?
Those servitors, they're always down there.
Murder servitors have not been on this station long enough to know.
Oh, they're always down there, yeah. Have they? I assume they have,
No.
Or did they just appear and then nobody's heard about it? So they've just been wandering down there and it's never made its way up. That there's murder servitors on one of the fucking floors.
They have been. You've never heard of murder servitors?
Nobody's mentioned it.
No one's noticed so far.
So these things appeared like yesterday? I shrug. Well, okay, I never heard of it. I didn't see them in that continuum.
Either this man has connections to Mechanicus to get this equipment, or he has enough power and resources to steal them. Well, I followed him for long enough, I could probably make my way back and get his position back from there. Looked as if I am. So, I've done my part. What do you want to do next?
Well, we're gonna bloody well take what's ours. Oh, yes. Murder servitors. Two words that I have an abundance of detest for. Well, either way, we're getting these weapons back. The thing is, I would consider it much more conducive to not only our survival, but also, let's just say, the fewer feathers that we ruffle, the better. Perhaps there's a way down there which goes, subverts common lanes which these things will be patrolling. I can perhaps, with the aid of our little companion here, Kryza, perhaps find a way to get down there via maintenance compared to, say, loading. You don't want much traffic.
I don't know if the sisters will agree to it, but I'm all for taking the vents. It means I don't have to fight murder servitors, and yes.
Yes, very good. How big are these events?
Well,
We'll have to dislocate an arm.
you were too big anyway.
Quite a pickle indeed.
Well, I mean, there's vents and then there's maintenance lifts and there's God knows how many turbo lifts down to the lower quarters. Most of them don't work anymore, but I'm sure you could jury with one or two. I don't know. He's an angel. He could probably jump down the shaft.
Very true.
Problem is, I don't know what's at the bottom. I'd rather not get split in half by the time I hit them.
That doesn't happen to angels. You're fine.
Yes.
Besides, if you carry me, it means I can look after you, big fellow. But if not,
You're
but if not,
carry
if
an
not
angel?
I'm not. Angels of Death are not used to carrying individuals, however. Tell you what, get a limb blown off, then I'll start carrying you. How about
that? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, fine, yes, maintenance shafts it is.
Okay. Does anybody else have a comm beads? The sisters don't. I had to contact the ecclesiarchy. I know you have one, I've heard.
I usually have people for that.
But you don't now. So,
No, but
you
that's
know what?
besides the point.
The angel can stick with the sisters, and I can contact him, and I'll stick with you.
Bully.
A question before we go, Zephaniah.
Yes.
How exactly did your Baron know of my existence on the station?
Excuse me.
How did your Baron know of my existence on the station?
Well, maybe
just
you should
wondering.
ask her.
Looks to the fucking sister.
Looks to Evangeline, yes.
Oh. Understood. Thank you for that. Yeah. I'm sick as shit. So?
I thought it was alright.
What's yours? Is that good?
No, it's Fred's. Whatever his name is. Pete? That was his name.
So?
Because I'm probably going to lose my flat now.
Well, either way, we
Did
should
you,
sober up and make our way down.
Yes, let's make our way down. Yes, that's the plan. Let's go.
Yes, let's sober up and make our way down.
So
Oh, sober up on the way.
you sober up and make your way down, and as you make your way down the stairs, you see Pete. Pete sees you, cries and goes, "Hi, come here."
I walk over.
Now, I don't know what the fuck you've gotten yourself into, but I can't have this kind of stuff going in and out of this establishment.
What do you want me to do about it? I did invite them here.
Exactly. Right. You're gonna have to take your business somewhere else.
That means you. Okay, fine.
I don't know who that. I don't know who the fuck that guy was. I don't want to know.
He's not as scary as that guy.
Oh, what? You're pointing to the 7 foot tall guy?
I'm pointing at the sisters.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. I don't need the ecclesiarchy sniffing around here either. All right.
Neither do I.
Then you fucking get to fuck.
My good man.
I
Listen.
just need to get an answer, Pete. I'll leave.
Fucking mutants. It's just.
You pull my goggles down.
So yes. So where are you guys going?
I was going to try and persuade him to let him keep your place, but
Please,
you
no,
already
please,
left.
please try to persuade him.
I said, as you've left, it's like, listen, young chap, this is entirely a matter of client. It's more of a client issue. It's more our fault. Worry not about poor cries of there. She's only doing her best. Listen, as soon as all this horrid business is all sorted, you won't hear from us, nor will you hear from that rather brusque fellow who came in before. Honestly, if the administration here in the actual sense, they wouldn't have let any of us through here. I'm sure you'd agree this is all very inconvenient, especially for a business proprietor such as yourself. So, you scratch our back, you scratch yours. Let Kaiser do a business here. What do you say, good fellow?
That's going to be a persuasion check, please.
Yeah, I clicked it.
He clicked it when he started talking.
Oh, how many checks is that? That is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. He narrows his eyes at you. All right, but whenever you guys have any fucking business here, when you guys have finished your whenever you guys have finished your business here, I'm expecting to get recompensed for this heartache. All right.
Oh, if I had a guilt every time I was told that.
But please, promise
Bye,
me.
Peter.
And he just walks, sees you swan out. So, You have successfully managed to maintain your position at the Knacker's Yard. For now. For now.
Standing outside, like, las guns, like, slung down. Like,
Fuck, son of a
in
bitch.
front of it.
Do you have your fucking Vox relay on your back, by the way?
Yeah, of course I do.
Love
Like
that.
the massive radio boxes from World War II. It's that with the antenna on it.
Yes.
Well, it's like looks like more 40k. I'm standing there outside my
Yeah,
guard
there's a
armor.
skull on it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I look like a guardsman because I am a guardsman.
Yeah.
It
Wonderful.
was probably and you know it was probably part of a guardsman as well, given the setting.
Probably.
Probably was, actually. It's probably attached to like my backplate.
Yeah, it's got some of your old flesh intermingled with it.
Jesus Christ.
It's got the last vestiges of your humanity.
It actually could.
God.
I remember when my fingers melted. That was not.
Unpleasant. I might. Oh man, what probably turned you into a mutant is the radiation that comes off that fucking backpack.
No, it was all the toxic planets she got sent to fight in as
Oh,
a
okay.
Imperial Guardsman.
That makes sense.
Toxic and chemical planets, like toxic wastelands. So the entire company got mutated.
God.
Got merged into the Auxilia.
Fucked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what's your guys' plans now?
Follow Regis. Odysseus, sorry. Odysseus.
Haha. Regis? Who the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
I'll probably be staying with the people who is not with a mutant.
That would be
Probably staying
Odysseus and
um,
I.
that'd be the God Squad.
So, who's going with Odysseus?
I'm not allowed.
I will be.
Okay. So, Fabien? Or Fabienne? Is it Fabine or Fabienne?
Bean.
Fabienne.
Fabienne, okay. So we got Fabienne. Is Evangeline going or is Evangeline staying?
Evangeline is going.
Evangeline is going. Viscount?
I'm with Kreiser. I have no fucking radio.
Okay. So
Nobody
we
does.
have so we have 2 individuals going and 3 individuals staying. Wonderful. Alright then. For those that are going, please give me a survival check, Odysseus, to retrace your steps. And while you do that, I'm going to go pee again. Because this tea is running through me.
So where are we headed in?
The lower decks, I think?
Yeah, lower quarter.
Lower quarter.
Okay.
Basically, the massive uninhabited part of the station.
Is there anything I could bring maybe from the cathedral, do you think? Maybe like a little congregation?
I mean, you can probably grab your devotees from earlier. Have them come along.
Yeah. They'll probably be finished by now.
Exactly. Probably finish, burning the bodies. Burning the ashes of the
Ending
bodies
to.
after they already got blown up.
Doing little prayers over the ashes.
God.
Ooh. I finished all the ice cream. I'm so sleepy.
Nice.
Good man. So you guys like bread?
Fucking love bread.
It's almost a fucking default fucking
Question: butter or no butter on your bread?
I'm
Oh,
like
butter.
tolerant.
Always butter.
Now,
always
okay.
butter.
Now, here's the
I like
question.
using vegan butter.
That's
Use
not butter.
clover. Use
Congratulations.
Bertolli.
It's my
Congratulations.
it's the closest thing I can use without shitting myself.
Congratulations. You're special. Good for you. So,
Hell yeah, I am, bitch.
advanced question: butter or mayo?
Butter, what's
Both.
wrong with you?
Vegan
Butter.
mayo.
Both. Butter
Wait,
and
on
mayo.
toast? On toast?
I just said bread. You guys can add the toast yourselves. That just means you're fucking jumping through some hoops.
off that candle.
No, do you know what? Dairy.
Okay,
Ooh, come on, Dairy Lee.
what's
Good
happening?
stuff.
Damn it, hell yeah.
Don't you fucking worry about anything. So,
Oh no. Alrighty.
okay.
So, survival, please, to retrace your steps.
For who? Odysseus?
Yes, Odysseus.
You guys mind if I use a glory to actually add him onto the dice pool?
No, go ahead. I'm happy.
Go ahead.
Interesting.
Okay, so actually we get that glory back now, so it's 4 again. Four icons.
4 icons. You successfully are able to make your way back down to the pit. Back down through these levels.
How difficult would it be for me to avoid the murder servitors with these two?
It depends on how good at stealth they are, isn't it?
Or fucked. Okay.
What I will need is a stealth check from each of you.
Well, I'm probably not going to be able to use the train, so I'm not going to get my fucking cloak.
Hey.
I got, so that's 2, 4,
Someone add a
5,
5
6,
to
7.
what fucking hell? Wait. So was it just the mutant that's not? The mutant and the Viscount aren't going. I'm surprised you didn't bring them along. Okay. Okay. So, with that number, I would imagine that you would have enough successes that you can cover for Sister Fabine. Someone please add a 5 to that.
Oh, the tables have turned.
Yes.
You see more of I fucking up my stealth rolls.
No, it's you fucking up your stealth rolls. So someone please add to 5 to the glory, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4,
I
and
fucking love Will
2, 3,
is
4,
he
five,
literally asks you how to
6.
pronounce your name right. Second he pronounces it again, pronounce it
Yeah,
wrong.
he does it wrong.
I refuse to pronounce it correctly. Oh no, you
So
actually
cross
had a
campaign.
6. Yeah.
All good
So
GM.
Sister Fabienne, fantastic.
So,
You continue down these corridors that you've previously been in, Odysseus. Further and further down. Like some of these corridors you may have been in previously, some of them you've not. You eventually come to a large room which looks like it was actually mined directly out of the asteroid itself rather than being built. And you see essentially a large artificial lake over which there is a metallic walkway.
Can we see the edges of the room? How open is it? How well
Yes,
lit?
this room is about a mile across in total, which means it's about half a mile in each direction, but you can see the edges because of the glowing nature of the water itself.
Oh, the water glows. Oh, fantastic.
The water glows a little bit.
Oh, that's
Is
great.
there any way I can test the water using like just like Medicaid stuff or my tools, like to see if it's pure?
Do you have any tools?
I have Kyorigen tools and I'm a Curia.
Let's see, Chirigan
Hello.
tools. Is that what they're actually called? What are they called?
They are called Churigan tools, I think. Oh, that's what you gave them the name of. Yeah, Churigan's
The
tools.
kit contains ancient unguents, surgical tools, sterilizers, and analgesic alembics. Analgesic alembics would allow you to do that, yes.
I'd like to do that. To see if there's anything icky in the water.
So please give me either a Medicaid test, a Medicaid test, or a Scholar's test.
Medicaid.
So
Is that a good roll? I can't tell with this
No.
system. I don't know.
that
What
is
the
a
fuck?
you
What
have
does it mean?
three. You have three
Someone explain it
successes,
to me.
but you have
Okay.
also rolled a 1 on your wrath dice. The
Okay,
the
so-
1 on the wrath dice means there is a complication.
So we'll basically adult dice you roll, every 4, 5, and 6 count as a success. They're called icons in this system, but they're basically a success. Okay.
Okay.
6 counts as 2 successes.
Okay.
So that entire thing, you got 3 successes. You got a 4,
Okay.
which is 1, and a 6, which is 2.
Mhm.
Because your wrath dice is a 0, you rolled a 1 on that. It's a complication, which means something
Oh.
fucky wucky happens.
And
It's like I'm
something-
drinking it.
But some might splash in your fucking eye.
No, something splashed. You don't. Nothing splashes on your eye or anything. But you do get your hand wet, like
Wearing
dunking.
gloves. I'm wearing power armor.
But you get your hand wet, dunking your hand in to retrieve a sample.
Okay.
You put it into the analyzer, and it comes up as not just radioactive, but also has several heavy and corrosive metals in it. You can't feel anything on your hand right now, but that doesn't mean that it will not event. You probably want to get this off of your hand.
Well, what can I? Do I have anything on me with I could do that with?
Maybe you can wipe it off or wash it off with a ration, or anything else.
I want to wipe on my vestments.
You wipe it on your vestments. Now you have radioactive stuff in your vestments.
Is it fabric?
Yes, on your fabric vestments.
That's fine. I'm wearing power armor.
Good. Yes, power armor beats every threat.
But also, what's the point if it doesn't?
Mm-hmm. That's very true. What is the point indeed? So yes, this water is not just radioactive, but also contains heavy and corrosive poisonous metals.
I report back to them being like, in hindsight, I wish I didn't dip my hand in there to get a sample, as the water is extremely dangerous.
As long as you're going to keep your hand, I don't think anything too bad is going to happen.
Yeah, it should do. I mean, I did see why it should fall off
If you
miraculously.
start to feel some tingling through the armor, tell us.
Yes, quite. Well, I would avoid using the walkway, but if there's a way to walk around a lake, perhaps it would be wiser. I don't trust the integrity of the structure.
And is there a way around?
I would need an awareness check, please. Wonderful. So that is a total of 3 successes. You see that this entire room, this looks like one of the lower rooms, like one of the lower segments of the entire starbase. This is almost like the area in which all the water from the rest of the system drips down into. I haven't mentioned it yet, but to you, but this entire starbase is wet, uncomfortably so. Humidity is at 100%, and it is always raining inside the starbase. As in, water vapor continuously trickles up from vents, coagulates on the roof of any room you're in, and then just drips down continuously. You imagine this is one of the central reservoirs for this dampness. And as you're looking around this room, you spot movement below you.
Like in the water?
In the water.
Hmm? Can anyone else see this?
Once you point it out, it is quite easy to see even through the glow of this water. There are moving forms down there. Moving forms of Xenos. Moving forms of the Xenos which are present on this station in most of the lower sections, doing menial slave work. These frog-like apparitions. It appears that they're able to breathe this water.
So they're sanctioned Xenos.
They are unofficially sanctioned Xenos. They are tolerated upon this station.
Okay.
All right.
So was there a way around the lake which wasn't directly over?
No,
No.
that is the only way across that you're going to get, my friend. No way out but through.
Do we like the bridge?
Don't think
Guess
we have a
there's nothing
choice.
for it.
Would anyone like to take lead?
Considering you two are in power armor, I think it would be a good idea if I did.
Okay, we'll let the heaviest one go first on the bridge, which I don't trust.
They have a point. Even without power armor, you are incredibly heavy, Odysseus.
Massive fucking testicles. But yeah.
Massive fucking testicles and black carapace and like fucking lead in your bones. Yeah.
What you gonna do, fatty?
Fine, it's fine. I'm
As
sorry.
much as it pains me to say, I would maybe think we should go in order of daintiness, and number one is, of course, me.
Be my guest.
I don't want to be like this.
Wish I was back
Just
in the
a-
jungle.
Begin walking over.
Okay. Please give me an acrobatics check, please.
Do you mean athletics?
Is there not an acrobatics? Well, if I don't mean
Nope.
acrobatics, then it will be an athletics, please.
Okay, I'd like to. How do I re-roll things?
You have 2 wrath points. You can use one of them to re-roll all your failures. So that means re-roll. So roll 2d6.
Oh, Nathan, did I achieve my goal earlier?
What is your goal?
It is verbally estimate the black market value of an item or person.
Yes, you did, because you told him that his organs would be worth 60,000 credits. Yes, you have definitely achieved your objective. By the way, if you think you've achieved your objective for the day, please tell me. Because if not, you won't have achieved your fucking objective.
Before I.
Remember, you have 2 wrath dice standard, so
What do I do for the re-rolling?
So
you
just roll
re-roll
2d6
2d6.
/ type in /
Okay.
roll 2d6.
Fucking good job, buddy.
All
So that-
successes. So three successes total.
3
I
successes
take a
total.
deep breath.
As you begin
and
to...
I under. Oh,
Oh, no, please.
I was just about to say before I go ahead. I was like under my breath. If the road is easy, the destination is worthless. And begin my walk across.
That sounds like you just did a litany that is pertinent to this current situation.
Yeah.
Then you have completed your objective, as has Joe, who has admonished Imperial authority. So, okay, buddy.
You gain a wrath dice.
You gain a wrath dice, which means that you still have 2 for today.
Like that.
Yes. How do you do that? Right.
What do we win? Fuck all.
You win a wrath dice. That's useful, you cunt. No,
Yes.
It's like the fate points we never got.
it's like the fate points you never got. Yeah, but you're getting them more often
yeah.
now. Stop complaining. Stop fucking complaining. Now, how do you do this, Will? Do you run across? Do you gently tiptoe across? What are you doing?
I straighten my back.
Mm-hmm.
Correct my posture. Look right ahead, and just march.
Okay. As you are marching across, you see a couple of these frog xenos start to swim towards your position. Eventually, you see a couple of them crest the surface, like ahead of you, and start going like this. Did you see the image of what they looked like in the chat previously?
Let me have a look.
They look like the Mandalorian frog.
You know the Mandalorian frog? They're like that, but they're about
Yeah.
3 feet tall.
Turbo
And then
boy.
they appear to be warning me.
They appear to be waving your arm like this.
Listen not to the.
You're so cute.
Fuck you.
The cutest.
In my mind, I'm just like, listen not to the Xenos, and I just continue walking the path.
Oh,
Just
fuck,
just
we did
keep
get
going.
Okay. Right. They are in your way. How do you get past them?
Stare them down, rev my wrist-mounted chain blade.
Okay, that is going to be an intimidation check.
Hey.
3, okay. They see you do this and they basically just both fall back into the water.
I can continue on. Has anyone else begun to follow me?
That is the question.
Fucking just after you.
Yep.
Sister Fabine, please make me an athletics skill test.
Evangeline.
Sister Evangeline, please make me an athletics skill test. This will continue to happen. I do not apologize.
Please,
You want the
please just make
attributes to be-
post-it notes.
Agility or strength?
You do not. Each of these skills, don't change the skills. Don't change
Okay.
the thing that the skills do.
Hey.
Okay. You also are able to purposefully walk across this bridge if you so choose.
I do.
Like for a brief second, you hear it groaning under the weight, but you just pay it no mind. The God Emperor of Mankind has your fucking way. You march across, and you see a couple of these Xenos just like floating in the water, looking at you as you go past.
I just ignored them.
Of course.
Pay them no mind, sister.
And then, last but not least, Odysseus.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, buddy?
It's like, yeah, so athletics. There we go.
Fucking glory, wonderful.
So that is 5, 6, 7.
Would you like to shift one of those?
Yeah. So let me just double check for a second.
What would you like to shift it to do?
Oh, okay. Actually, this works. I am going to shift one for gain information, and partially through. Is he still? Am I still seeing these Xenos swimming in one
Yes,
side?
they are. And for the purposes of this shifting, they are within grabbable distance.
God, that would fall. Fucking goddamn you. I'm not gonna grab one of them, but I'm gonna take out my sniper rifle, holding the barrel and just with the butt just tapping onto the actual steel of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Xenos, one of you. Calling out to them.
You see a third one rise, smaller than the rest and blue. And it clambers like ganglingly, ungainfully onto the surface here and kind of stands up. And goes, "Whoa."
Your kindred were trying to warn my associates against going across the bridge. Explain. What's on the other side?
Danger.
Danger of what kind? Fine.
That's how you get. It does this weird clicking noise all the time.
No. He knows, and he's restraining himself from beating the shit out of it.
You saw Bob Bad Kili.
It's essentially. You can attempt to discern its weird alien language if you so choose, but
I am not going to.
Mechanics.
I cannot emphasize enough, Nathan. I am not going to debase my mind in trying to do that. Fuck you.
100%.
Fine. Get back into the water before I skewer you. I
So-
start marching in the direction.
Suleiman tell.
Xenos, speak low Gothic, or speak not at all.
You look into its eyes, and you know it does not comprehend what you're saying.
Then dive. And I raise a fist.
It jumps in the water.
Well, and he just like starts taking out some bullets and start
It's
putting them into his rifle as the bullet seems.
aimed down into the water.
No, he's not going to explode these fucking things.
Frogs in a barrel.
Shoot facts and key, boys! Oh,
Gotta do some Cajun cooking, bro.
the Emperor trained me for this! I spent 60 decades in this fucking Imperium swamps for this!
We got ourselves a fucking reality show. We go. It's called Galahad Frog Hunting. They call us Cistern people.
The Emperor bless me and well tonight, boys! Wait! We'll be back to the chapter about him on the fucking chapter master throne. Wait! Alright.
Yeah, chapter was the Cletus Pontine.
Alright, so, yes, marching across,
Mm-hmm.
putting the fucking bullets into my rifle. Seems we have trouble. On you guard.
I just nod.
Okay. Moving through this, continuing Warren, you eventually come across. You eventually come across one of these servitors that has been reported previously. It is kneeling and continuously, mechanically stabbing into one of these Xenos. That is
Hasn't noticed us yet.
laid on the ground. That depends if you make a fucking good stealth check or not, done it.
God damn it. Nathan, we'll be able to use the terrain to our advantage. To actually stay hidden somewhat.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
hiding
say
in the
for
corner
this
amongst
situation,
rocks.
no.
Damn it. Okay. It's okay. I didn't want fun.
Fuck you. Fuck you, prick.
It's alright, I got 7. 7 icons. Okay, so, Will,
Mm-hmm.
you've only got 2 dice here. Oh, Jesus, cats, it's just as bad. Fucking. No, never mind, don't worry about it. Don't waste your fucking
Gonna-
fate.
I was gonna use a wrath point to reroll.
Fair, go for it.
I think I will
Wonderful.
then as well. You know what?
Do I just
Go for
reroll
it.
the failures?
You roll all of your failures, so
Does that include the wrath die?
that includes the wrath die. Yes, it's all
So is that
failures.
just a D2 again?
Yes, so it's slash roll 2d6. You're going to be 4 to 6.
Hey, 1.
You gain 1 more success, Cat, and Will, you get 1 success.
I will say, while we're here, hey Haggy Baby, how are you doing?
Welcome back.
Oh, baby boy.
Well. How was your day?
Oh, don't let me interrupt, by the way.
Oh no, that's totally
Fine.
fine.
We're just about to be murdered, it's okay.
But to be murdered,
Yeah.
they have adventured down and they are about to confront a murder servitor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, maybe what happens after those stealth rolls and then snap back to the other group.
Oh, that sounds like good. That sounds like good to me. Okay,
Because I do want to see what these 2 fuckers, well, now
So-
3 get up to.
I'm going to roll it so that the last dice that you rolled is going to be your wrath dice. Are you happy with that, Cat?
Pardon?
Because if I roll it as either the first or the last, You've still rolled a fucking 1 for your wrath dice.
Yeah, okay, there's a complication.
There is a complication. Odysseus, you are well equipped for these situations. You just cement yourself up against a wall, and you're like a piece of the wall itself.
Yep.
Fabienne and Evangeline, you essentially stumble out of the corridor that you're in, and you see this murder servitor that is continually stabbing one of the Xenos. This Xenos is hardly recognizable at this point. It is like been stapled to the bulkhead that it is leaning against like several times. It is gore and effluvial grime at this point. And you see as this servitor turns its head through the gears in its neck, it can only click its head into certain positions. As it clicks its head directly facing you two. And a second one rounds the corner. God, I love the complication system in this. It's fucking great. So, as we see these two things look at you, we're going to slap back to the other group. The other group being the Grime, which...
Fucking... I'm standing outside of Zephaniah. I'm like, hold on, Zephaniah. I have a call.
You're making a call? Who are you making a call to?
Pluck. Glaive. Glaive, I know you can hear me, even if you can't respond. I have some information regarding the mission you're on, regarding the box. If you'd like to meet up quickly. That's what you got in the box.
Yeah. Yep. And like out of the fucking shadows, just.
I mean, he's probably been there for like the last 4 hours just chilling. He's just like, yes.
Yes, but I don't know that.
They're at the Knacker's Yard still, or where have you guys gone?
Yeah, I imagine you guys are like still either outside the Knacker's Yard or near the Knacker's Yard.
Yeah, because we're like shifting back to like a scene in time
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you'll march down for a bit. So yeah, we're still like just outside the Knacker's Yard when we split up.
Is that the tackle shop that got blown to hell?
No, the Knacker's Yard is the bar
I was in.
Right.
So, yeah,
the
we're-
response, I go, that's about right. He'll be here soon, I hope.
And you can
Why are
turn
you
up,
using the
Oh,
box?
capital stuff.
and you can turn up quite quickly if you're so happy with that.
Fair enough. I just walk around the corner and go, why are you using the box caxter?
Oh, where'd you come from?
A complication. Turns out some sisters found me and used me as bait to talk to a man who also is investigating the things that you're investigating. Didn't really tell us much. But now I'm sort of stuck in it, and if I don't, they'll shoot me. So
Sisters or plural sisters?
sisters, plural, and an angel.
Where?
Oh, they went down that way. They did. They'll be done in the Underhive now. Me and Zeph here, we're going to take an alternative route, something a bit more stealthy.
Indeed. So
Fair
we're guys a
enough.
little more panache. Oh, knowing your rather considerable skills, yeah, you'll be meeting the angel as soon as whatever you are, Lee, possible.
I can give him the idea. He's his Vox Frequency. You can call him if you want to. Though your combat might not reach all the way down there.
You want to be with me, folks? Let's go see the angel.
Well, okay, let's go then. I'm glad you're excited.
Yes. Post haste, let's go. And then we make our way to the more surreptitious method of ingress.
So you're also attempting to ingratiate yourself to the same area, yes?
Yes. Although through
Yeah, but
Wonderful.
knowing what we know from
being scumbags.
yes.
Don't worry, that's just my objective.
What is your objective for today, my friend? Please tell me, elucidate to me.
Chastise an individual for their lack of faith.
Oh, I like it. So, judging by where Odysseus described that he saw that murder servitor before, Viscount, you can determine that he was quite close to where you guys stashed that container previously. It's next to one of the large underground water reservoirs. You guys, if you give me a survival, please. You can substitute that for anything you would think would make sense. Including but not limited to cunning.
Cunning, you say?
Well, maybe not cunning. Maybe
Survival, I don't mind.
survival, I suppose.
Survival.
Yes, survival. There's no crime checks anymore. It's a damn shame.
I'm going to reroll.
I'm gonna crime my way in.
Cunning is
reroll
crime,
failures.
basically.
Yes, but crime is a fellowship trait.
Sorry, what are they checking?
To see how
Oh.
and when they make their way down there.
That's 3 successes and a complication for me.
Okay, so hang on.
Joe has 1 success and a complication.
Joe has 1 success in a computation. Kryza. I'm going to say that you're going to be able to locate them via your Vox headset. What would you call it? Your Vox backpack, I suppose?
Voxcaster.
Your Voxcaster. You would be able to locate them via tracing Odysseus's Vox combid.
Combat, yeah.
So you're going to succeed.
Mhm.
However, other people will also be able to trace the signals that you're emitting to find it.
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful.
Fine.
Which means that you guys will be able to take a service elevator down to the approximate level in good time and essentially meet up with our golden portion of the party in time for this confrontation. If you're happy enough with that. You would not be passing over the same water reservoir. You would be going grimier routes through ventilation shafts and poorly maintained sections. This is portions of this station which have not been explored or utilized in quite a long period of time. But you get there. So you would appear probably on the opposite side of these 2 servitors.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be happy with that?
Do we
Yeah,
get a
why not?
surprise?
Give me a stealth rolls.
Okay.
So that is a 3, that is a 3, and that is a 2.
Pretty poor.
Would any of you like to re-roll those?
That's as good as it's going to get.
Fuck it, do you know what? I will spend the wrath, is it?
Well, you've rolled a 3, which is acceptable. I would take that. But the other 2,
Alright.
not so. Which means, fortunately,
Nah.
Glaive will be able to get a surprise, but the other 2 will not. So let's hang on.
That's fine.
It'll be fine.
182.
After all, I'm not the one getting blasted.
God damn it. 182. Nope, 182. Okay. So, basically, Glaive, you have access to a surprise attack. If you attack an unaware enemy, you gain 2 bonus dice to the attack test and plus 2 ED, which is your damage dice. If a surprise attack starts a combat, the target is also ambushed. You are not starting the combat with a surprise attack, but you will be attacking a surprise target for yourself. The other 2, however, will not gain that advantage. So what we are going to do is, if someone puts on a little bit of combat music, we can perform the first combat of the session, or of the campaign, or, since it is 10 to 10, and I believe that there are some people which may be fading, we can leave it for next session. What do you guys think?
I have a quick question before we do anything.
You have a quick question, please hit me with it.
Yeah. Would this count as us doing an ambush, regardless of how surprised people are?
On account of the fact that these individuals are not... you are not initiating combat, because these servitors are aware of the golden half of the party. You will not be initiating an ambush, unfortunately.
Alright, fair enough. No further questions.
No further questions. Okay. So, what I will do, I will put up a turn order. And that's going to be... Okay. Let me just check. Provocateurs. I like provocateurs. Hang on, let's just have a little look. See here. Let me just check something. So would everybody be okay with continuing to the combat for the session, and we can leave it off at the end of the combat?
I'm happy with that.
I'm down to clown.
Wonderful. Can I get some combat music, please?
I am, yes. Continue on.
So, the way that initiative works in this system is that we have agents go first. Whenever, agents being you, gentlemen and lady, you choose someone to go for this round, and they take a turn, and then the provocateurs go. I choose one of those individuals to go, and then back and forward we go. Since there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many of you are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. There will be 3 of you going, and then a provocateur, and then 3 of you going, and then a provocateur. Do you see how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is how, due to the fact that you are overwhelming these individuals. So, 3 individual. First individual, who would you like to go first?
Haggy goes first because of the surprise.
Haggy, would you like to go first, my friend?
Sure, if the group consents.
Go for it.
The group consents.
Go for it, darling, I love it.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. So, what this means is that you are going to be attacking first. And let's just have a look. See here. I'm just going to look into my pinned comments for the actions that you can take in melee. We are going to be theatering of the mind this, if you do not mind.
Yeah.
We're going to imagine near a combat.
Yes, we're going to imagineer this combat. For the purposes of this combat, I'm going to say that these individuals are within your movement space in meters. So they are within 7 meters of you. That is the corridor that you come around in order to see these individuals. There are 2 of them. There is number 1 and there is number 2.
I would like to stealth multi-attack.
Okay.
So, I'm going to use 2 feats, Eliminator and Dual Wield.
Okay.
So to explain this, you said I get +2 ED to my weapons on the attack roll.
When you're dual wielding, yes, which means that basically counteracts.
Like from the surprise attack.
Oh yes, from the
It's an
surprise
additional
attack,
two.
yes.
So I'll add those 2. I get 2 bonus dice for attacking as well. Eliminator allows me to add my stealth score, which was 3 as well. So go for the attack roll, and I'm doing 2 attacks with dual wield, which means I get no penalties. for multi-attacking.
Okay.
So
And
it's 2 6s on each,
mhm.
and that's a 4 and a 7. Do they
Okay.
hit?
Yes, they both hit.
I do. Roll for damage.
So you apply your initial damage to each of those.
Yep. So 1, 2.
1 and 2. Wonderful. So that is going to what's the damage of your actual swords though?
8
Okay.
minus 2 AP.
So 8 minus 2 AP. And what is the how many damage dice do you roll for each of those? 6. Is that 6 normal or is that plus the 2 ED you get from stealth?
That's plus the 2 on top of that.
Wonderful.
It's
So
4
that's
normally.
okay. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage, and then you're just attacking one of them, yes?
2 of them. I'm hitting both of them. I've literally somersaulted in.
And you're
went-
stabbing one and one? Wonderful.
Yeah, I
Okay.
waving at 2 of them.
So first one is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. So that is going to be... Let's have a little look-see here. So
Is
that's
the damage the total of all of them together? 10, 14, 17?
no, it's not. So those damage dice. If you roll a 4 or a 5 on it, you gain additional 1 damage. If you roll a 6, you gain an additional 2.
Alright.
So it's the 8 damage that your weapon does plus all that. So the first one
1,
does
2,
13
3.
damage.
Mm,
Let me just double check. So 8,
13.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yep. 8 and 13 and 11.
13 and 11. One of them you stab through the neck, and this black fluid begins to just spark out of it, along with electro like sparks. The other one,
I curse at them and say, "Wretched machines, where's the blood?"
I like that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 additional damage. So that's going to be 11. Wretched machines, where's the blood? That's totally acceptable. The other one, like sputters, and just ticks these gears in its head to rotate nearly 180 degrees and face you, and maintain eye contact with you. Can we have the other 2 people, please? Who else would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I raise my last gun, take a sight at the one that's not dead,
Mhm.
fucking just blast it.
Okay, please, to hit.
Squeeze off flash. That's 8 successes.
Let's see. I haven't got your fucking thing. 8 successes. Okay, let's just check it against its fucking thing. Oh, excuse me. Oh, easy peasy. You totally hit it.
Can I shift one of those over to damage?
Yes, you can.
So, so I have an extra damage dice. So, didn't get anything.
That's a damn shame. So that is how much damage typically? 7?
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. So, it's still... Oh, that's going to need to make a...
That's 2 AP.
And, oh. It is still up. It is barely functioning, but it is still up. And final person for your round. Who do we have?
May I?
Please.
Go for it. Do it.
Okay, so how far away from me did you say it was?
It is approximately within your move reach, so 6 meters, 7 meters.
6. Cool. I move up to it and
Mhm.
I'm gonna whack it with my chainsword.
Please. Oh, would you like to shift one of those?
Yes, 2 damage.
That's going to be an additional.
So roll damage. 1, 2, 3. 13 damage.
13 damage. It reaches up to you with its hand, and you just cut right through its arm and directly through its torso. Congratulations, these 2 individuals have been severed. Congratulations.
Capital work.
With the machine smoke of the chainswords and the faint ozone smell of the lasgun in the air, these 2 servitors now lie on the ground. Very dead.
It was nice of you to join us, assassin.
Who is preoccupied finding your box?
Well, I don't know if you've been informed, but the box was empty. Or at least it'd been emptied when the other group, apparently investigating it, got to it.
Are you sure you found the right box?
Wow. That is something of curiosity because the others did say that the box we're looking for is a different box to the one they were discussing.
Sister, where's this angel of blood?
Come around the corner, just cold. What? No.
Please.
I have a gift for you. And I hold out a little red vial.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
It's very good. Makes the armor shine.
God, when are you doing that?
The red parts of my body glove are slightly more shinier than normal.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Thankfully, the fucking cream colored pauldron that he has on doesn't actually have the symbol of his chapter on it. So, unless he tells otherwise, there's nothing giving him away.
You can just tell.
Oh, I'm in such a fucking awful situation right now.
Bleeding to death now. I thought we were the fucked ones.
Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Paul, question for you on like some of the rules for attacking this game. I'm a bit fucking confused on what I can do.
What is confusing?
Okay, so attack options. You can aim.
Yes.
No, sorry. Attack options, you can call shot, and then on the ranged only, you can aim. Can I do both of those, or can I do one? I've not figured out. Can I do both or
You
one?
can only do one.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure. Okay, cool. Thank you.
I believe it counts as a half action.
That's fine. That's grand. Cool.
So you do it instead of moving, basically.
Yeah, no, I might give up all my fucking movements. I just wasn't sure if I could stack fucking culture on top of that.
You can fire and move, or you can take an advanced action and fire.
Yeah. Alright. Good. Thank you. Back onto the fucking horror that's in front of us. So, what should we be calling you? Point at you, Haggy. Your character. Yeah.
I cross swords and bow and go, I am Glaive. I am the Emperor's servant.
Come from Norfolk.
No, I'm actually trying to do more teethy accents,
Yeah. Oh, it's coming across. Yeah.
We had
which
to
is a
cut
little bit
here.
South African because he can't speak the proper bit.
Oh,
Apologies.
Stop bloody surprising me.
So, where were we?
right. Well, it's good to see another loyal servant. Uh, so we're on track. Um,
Uh,
Clive, you said you were looking for the box.
Yes,
Any luck?
I contacted the red man and he told me that it was on board.
Rat.
Or was it something his hand? Fuck, I forgot the name of the ship. Hold on.
Would you like me to tell you?
It might speed up the
Yes,
narrative.
it will speed up the narrative. As soon as
His
I find it
incorruptible
myself.
hand.
His,
His incorruptible hand.
his incorruptible hand, yes. That is the ship that the containers came from, were delivered from his incorruptible hand to the station. That is not the ship that took them when they left.
Right.
You do not currently know what ship it was that took them away. Only that they reported one missing.
I've been looking for this ship. Is it still docked?
First time hearing of it.
no, it left months ago.
Right. Well, that's the case. Have you been briefed? What we're doing here? Clive?
Oh,
they
sorry,
told-
I'm just in awe walking at you. I'm trying to
No, it's fine.
analyze.
It's fine. Yes.
The other investigator that we crossed paths with, his container was empty.
There's another investigator.
He seemed to be of a third party,
Yes.
but he also seemed to have been tracking these. Just tapped the corpse of one of the servitors. These things, well, the ones he was keeping note of, had Mechanicus armaments, Volkite.
Seems we might be in a race. The Baron tends to hire many hands.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to meet this Baron somewhere. Nope. Look at Fabienne for like assistance. Like, you're the one that deals with the devout people. What do I do? It's the look he's giving you right now.
In regard to what the death cultist?
The thing with the swords, What do I do?
Just to explain to you, well, my guy has his fingers kind of filed down. He's wearing a black body glove with the two death blades, and his teeth are filed down because, you know, it makes it easier to get blood out of the victims to praise to the Emperor.
Is Odysseus directly looking at me in a face that is like, guidance, please?
You can tell he just like, you know, like, alright, well, just moving on, and he just like, you know, he turns like looking at all of you, but as soon as his eyes get to you, he just gives like face.
I give like a quick look at you, and I'm just like, wait, do you want me like out loud?
No, the fucking just like.
I'm just there like, I'm just there like.
Alright, well, Glaive, considering how quiet you look, come with me, we're taking the lead. I just start marching off.
Where are you marching to?
I hope they knew where prepared going. Is that? We've been down these tunnels a while. Can you think of a good place you'd store a big box?
That's not my name. But I'll humor you.
Zephaniah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, okay. Yeah. If I were to store a large box full of military hardware and contraband, I'll probably want somewhere that is out of the way and, well, dry, cold, spacious. Somewhere you could open it and probably equip your entire army if that was the case. So I'd say we're looking for some kind of lair or some unused or misbegotten factorium. Oh, warehouse, anything will do. As for direction, I think it would be this way. Just pick a direction, start walking.
Hold on, that's back the way we came.
Do these servitors not have a lair?
We can
Not
always
appear
find
to.
out.
My suspicion is that this was a secret containment that no one was supposed to know about. That got diverted and these things been let loose.
For what purpose? Besides, of
That-
course, killing frogs.
Is a good question.
Well, there
Our
seems to be a
main
small-
focus. Sorry, our main focus is to recover the arms and ammunition that were stolen. However, I believe we do have a second objective, and it is to get to the bottom of this, and whether there's a greater heretical conspiracy at large.
Sister, surely the charge of the servitors would be in that of the Mechanicus. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Might be worthwhile paying them a visit.
Right. Is there anything
And-
salvageable?
As well?
There is
I
a large Adeptus Mechanicus presence on the station. If you look on your handout, which I believe you all can see. Will, can you see a handout?
The Galahad station?
The Galahad station handout that tells you all a couple of the interesting places which are on the station, including the fact that there is a large Mechanicus holdout on this station itself.
Can I notice anything about the dead services? That might be maybe like a giveaway of some handiwork.
Yeah.
Maybe
AA pointed stars on them.
Maybe I'm thinking like specific machine cutting, like surgical.
Please give me two things. Give me a Medicaid check and give me a tech check, please.
Okay, we'll see about the tech check. Okay. Hello.
Ooh, wonderful.
And tech. Oh, I might be okay at this.
Your Medicaid
Take
check.
take one of my wrath points and fucking re-roll those failures. Go for it.
Which
Come on,
failures?
Your
Which
failures for
one?
your tech.
Okay.
So from now on, we're going to use Wrath as the last dice in the pool. If you're also re-rolling your Wrath point, you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Do it.
So roll 4d6.
Wonderful.
Nice.
So your Medicaid check reveals something interesting. The organic portions of this individual are perfect. There beholds no blemishes or skin lesions or anything which denotes like that this person lived. You think that this servitor originally came from a clone vat. You can also determine by pulling apart some of the metal plates which forms this surface that there is an inquisitorial eye emblazoned upon the flesh.
Nope.
Sister,
Nope.
Oh shit.
Nope.
Sister, if you could take a look at this with me.
What is it?
You have to wait, Paul.
The flesh is unpocked and perfect, which leads me to believe that this is in fact from the clone vats. But if you take a look just here, there is a familiar symbol.
I have a look. I go. I see.
I do not like the implications of this.
Nor
What
do I,
symbol?
sister.
What are you two muttering about?
Perhaps you should have a look for yourself.
Yes, quite actually.
Alright. Turn over the fucking thing so I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you watch his face just like drop.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
What's her damage?
It doesn't
Position.
bode well, if I can't.
Oh.
Apparently these things were made by Inquisition.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait, sorry. Fabian,
Yes.
made by Inquisition, or was the servitor made from an Inquisitor? The I in it.
Due to your high tech and Medicaid, you can determine that this is essentially an ownership marking.
I do believe it is a clone. It must have been owned by an inquisitorial fleet or individual. The skin is too clean and perfect.
Well,
I believe it to be property.
oh, that's just what we needed. That's what I needed.
It doesn't bode well. It bears
No.
repeating.
See, I thought there were Inquisition forces in lower quarter. Thought I was just being paranoid. Wish I was just being paranoid.
What has drawn the interest of the Inquisition?
I think probably the same thing that's drawn me here.
Which
Um,
is... If you care to enlighten us.
Well, fuck
Yes,
it
as nice as it is to see you again, I would also like an explanation as to why I am seeing you again.
Yes, I've been hiding under your belfry this entire time. Apologies.
You were once in my charge.
Essentially, my chapter sent me here because we discovered something strange. A frequency that might lead to something. They just sent me here to investigate. Something that might eventually lead to something bigger. So, by that logic... Well, I would hope by that logic that's why the Inquisition is here, because if they're not here for that, that means they're here for something much bigger. If there's something bigger than that, I think we are all very much outclassed and very much overridden in terms of authority.
I worry for the faithful masses of the station.
What's Christ doing right now?
You just notice she's just like she got one hand on the radio set and she's just turning a knob on it up, just increasing the white noise being blasted through the headphones.
So she doesn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Hear no evil. Hear no evil. It doesn't exist. Doesn't happen.
Ah, amazing.
The mind is a happy mind.
Huh.
Could you each roll me a d6, please?
Oh boy, my favorites.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Cake.
I got a C.
Fuck you both.
Why
Cap.
did that...
A d67, nice.
1d67.
Okay,
Holy
everyone
shit.
that... Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Everyone that didn't roll a 6,
Okay.
5 corruption points.
Fuck you all.
Odysseus.
Fuck you all.
Odysseus.
Uh-huh.
You hear something pat on the top of your head. There's something hit the top of your head. You look up into the rafters above. This station just keeps going into like level upon level of just manufactorum and living quarters that was once livable but now is no longer, into just fucking darkness above, like levels upon levels of gantries and manufactorums and girders and everything. Something has fallen from above and hit you on the head.
Can I look at what it was?
It's a half-smoked cigarillo.
Matthias.
Would you like to come down? Chuck the cigarette. After that, I start shooting.
It's completely quiet.
Would you like me to go hunt?
Indeed, let's go hunt. Yeah. Load the rifle.
And I think that that's a good point to end.
I just wanted to say one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill him. Yet.
No promises. Not too much. Start fucking like.
Oh, what's
Like-
sport?
I put away my 2 blades and just draw a knife.
It's time for just. It's time. It's no longer time for sword. It's time for knife.
Fucking real knife hours.
It's real knife hours. So if you guys are happy ending there for the evening, or if you want to continue on, it is
That was good, Andy.
I want to go to bed.
understandable. We can end there for tonight. We can pick up. I'm going to enforce a mandate. Thursday from now on. Are you guys happy enough with that? In
Yes.
general,
Yeah.
wonderful.
In future, that might be an issue for me
In future, that might be an issue for you. How so?
because I'll be working Thursday night.
Then what about Wednesday nights for everybody?
Yeah.
That works.
Wednesday,
that works
Wednesday,
fine.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Wednesday usually
Every
works for me.
Wednesday from now on, as by royal decree, shall be
Sorry, no, I can't.
too fucking bad. You already said yes. I don't care. Wednesday, everybody.
Lord Nathanius
Lord-
I think I can
That's
join in next week. I am on nights starting at 8 o'clock, so it'll probably be 8 before I can dial in, and then I'll need someone else to do my rolling,
Sounds good. We
Sure.
will sort
if that's
that out.
fair.
okay.
No problemo. All right. Well,
Sorry, Nathan will play your character on his phone.
yeah, easy peasy. I mean, you can do that. You can also like bring a fucking tablet or a laptop or whatever. Easy peasy.
What do you include all of them?
I think I think should be driving.
Mm.
I think it's the thing.
No, I'll be in work, and we don't have Wi-Fi, so I'd need to use my data.
Oh.
and-
no, it's always a pain in the
Dog
ass.
shit.
yeah.
Oh.
So as I say, I can get on for like chatting,
Mhm.
but as I say, if Nathan, you can do my dice rolls and my character sheet.
So it's that
When
I'm
required.
I'm 100% happy with that, and we will end with a final scene of Matthias looking down at you from many stories above through a series of monoculars amplifying your image. He's quite happy he was able to land that where he did. He puts the monocular away and holds up what he now has in his other hand after disposing of a cigarillo, a blood-stained inquisitorial eye, before putting
Cool.
it back in his pocket and attempting to
I'll
make
leave a
his
happy head
escape.
for that one.
Yeah, attempt to make his escape.
Attempting
Attempt,
to
very
make
much
his
a key
escape.
word right now.
Oh yes.